Alright. We are back at it again. You know, every time I see her name, I always want to say Runaway, not Runway. I actually have a topic I want to talk about, which is funny. So, I was recently told that apparently a lot of people were asking about my... Not a lot, but the people I mentioned in a previous video, I was like, yo, nobody ever asks about shit. You know, they were supposed to do this, supposed to do that, right? And, hitting wrong buttons. Funny enough, they did. So, my wife's cousin seems like he subscribed and followed or whatever. Then I had a couple people ask about it and some other relatives. And I'm not shy about it. It is what it is. I have a video putting it on blast in a sense, like, you know, I shouldn't have to say go look at it, you know, support. And then, of course, after me, you know, ribbing him about it, literally the next day, everybody's like, oh, I want to follow. I'm not saying they like, or subscribe or whatever. I'm not saying they saw the video and were like, you know, doing it. I think they were just naturally doing it. And I was just, you know, a bit early on the draw with the whole, it was bullshit. Everybody needs to go do it. Anywho, so I wanted to just throw that out there because I think it's funny. I'm also downloading a video right now, or actually uploading a video right now to YouTube. Oh, I'm going to assume that kid's a bot. So we might have some jump stutters and other shenanigan things because... Was that a floating rifle? What is going on? So yeah, bear with me if we're a little laggy and whatnot. It's most likely on my end from just downloading things. I don't even know. Don't even know. Anyway, so I thought I'd share that tidbit. I thought it was really funny. You know, I sit there and I was literally just, I wasn't like pissed or nothing. I just thought it was funny to talk about. We're not hitting this dude at all. Okay, that's fun. Another thing I also want to talk about was a little bit of nostalgia for me. One of my old friends, oh, that's cool. One of my old friends apparently liked the fact that my wife slash editor slash everything to me made me an intro video, and a couple people liked it and whatnot. She put it on Facebook first, and a good old friend of mine, he liked it, and I hadn't really thought about him too much, to be honest, in a while. But it made me feel nostalgic because we used to love playing SoCal together. And Soul Calibur. And it just made me think about the good old days. You know, we used to run that shit. That's not even a joke. We were a freaking menace on there. We had a whole group. It was a bunch of us, and everybody had their specialty. Everybody was particular, you know, and whatnot. It was fun. You know, it was something to be, you know, I don't even know what the right wording is. Sorry, I was so focused, dying apparently. But we met in Soul Calibur 4 a long time ago, and then, you know, just kind of became a group of friends and whatnot, and, you know, Soul Cal died out, other things came out, and then it got, you know, hey man, shit happens. That kind of thing. What I saw him the other day, I just made me think about it, how we used to, I mean, I really love fighting games, and we used to run that shit. You know, a couple disputes here and there within the group, and I wasn't nice by any means. Like, it was when I was a teenager, kind of super young, early stuff. Not necessarily teenager, but just young, early stuff. I was a fucking menace, like, just want to start fights and always just talk shit, crazy stuff to people and whatnot. Yeah, it just, I don't know. He was a Raphael player, and he probably is the best. There's no like question about it. He is the best Raphael player. And he's played Raphael across the whole thing. Funny enough, when I met him and played him in SoCal 4, He was Siegfried. I remember he played Siegfried, and then he transitioned. And we always gave him shit. He was emo. He had issues. We all did. And but we ribbed him in good spirit. It wasn't like we were like making fun of a trauma or anything like that. Thought for sure somebody was over there. Oh yeah, they are. They're dead. So but he is 100% the number one. And in fact, I bet he screen capped it because he does have an ego on him. Needless to say, and I'm pretty sure he screen capped himself being number one at some point in life on the leaderboards. Gumby, aka Grumpy Guppy or whatever the fuck. I never once called him that. Short of right now, I might have said it in passing from time to time, but I always called him Gumby. It was just one of the first things that came to my mind when I saw his gamer tag, and I was like, Gumby. And I you know what? I bet if he was to pop up and we did a party thing, I'd just be like, hey, Gumby. And it stuck. I'm sure he probably don't like it, never even asked his opinion on it, to be honest. But back in ye olden days, he was I think he was a Setsuka main. Then what happened? I think in 5 he went to Xianghua, and I think it carried over to 6. Got smoked. We had, but we tried to specialize in 1 or 2 people, and we realized that that's not the way to do fighting games. You're gonna have to play everybody and get an understanding if you want to be good. And the roster wasn't so heavy to where that was an issue. But crazy enough, wasn't even looking. Literally just running and talking. Crazy enough, my main was Valdo and Cervantes, and at some point I picked up Mitsurugi. And I remember we did. I was literally talking to my wife about this probably last month. We had this weird tournament within the group, like to do like a hierarchy ranking. And man, this dude was a douchebag. He always gave me shit. Never got along with him. I can't even remember his name right now. I want to say it was like, man, it was like Dark Jesus or Thor or something. I don't know. Anyway, we always had issues, and I just remember doing the tournament, and I never played this guy with my Valdo, not once. And so when the time came, I whipped it out, and I grab spammed this dude. He loved spamming some online tactics stuff. At the time, we were always like, that's not cool, that's not right. But everybody grew out of that shit real quick, let me tell you. So I ended up winning. Not the tournament, I just beat him. That's the important thing to me at the time. But, so that was like my 3 people. Brad had a slew, so did Gumby. And we ran shit, man. People, when we got online and we got into a group, everybody was always like, is that the, what we call ourselves? We call ourselves the Dark Clan. And I think at some point Brad had an actual abbreviation for that shit. I don't remember what it was. Oh, that's unfortunate for her.
One kill until victory.
But yeah, it just got me thinking about it, and I thought, what's a good way? You're gonna die anyway. I thought, what's a good way to fill time than talk about some nostalgia stuff, give you a little history of like, what was what, and some bits of my past with some friends. Haven't talked to those guys in years. They actually came to visit me one time, which was cool. Man, it was awkward. I'll be honest. I didn't know what to say. Didn't know what to do. We met at a Wendy's. I didn't have a car. I walked my ass up there. They were driving down to a friend's wedding or something. So, it was cool meeting him and whatnot. But after, I think it was SoCal 5 came out, we drifted, and just, it happens, we hadn't talked to each other in a really long time. They were always online. I was always online. I was hiding most of the time for whatever reason. And that's just how it was, But I mean, we had people joining all the time. We had, oh man, this dude, crap, I can't remember his name. He was such a good Sophidia player, and I bet if I was like in a call or in a Discord or whatever the hell it is with Brad, he'd tell me who the fuck it was. I can't remember his name, but He'll know who I'm talking about. I doubt he'll listen to this video. But we had a Sofidia player, and I was so angry when I was younger. I mean, it's not like I'm not now. It's just different. But every time I played this dude, it was like in SoCal, I think it was 4. Some online tactics were really hard to deal with, like reaction-wise. It's more like a guessing game. And I just didn't like getting spammed with them. And man, when people found that out, they went hard in the paint. They did extra. Oh shit, he didn't block 1A, spam it. That's just how it was. I can't remember his name. Great Sofidia player though. Like now, not being biased or douche or being competitive, just from an outside looking in kind of situation. Really good player. I wish I could remember his gamer tag. I know he became good friends with them. He was on their friends list. I don't think he ever friended me, and if he did, I was probably sour and butthurt and was like, "Nah, get the fuck away from me." We had a kid called Polge Attack. At least I think that's how you say it. It's been a while. He wanted to learn Mitsurugi, and I helped him with that because I was the one spending a lot of time with Mitsurugi and learning tech traps and combos in 4. I actually ran into him a couple times in rank, and I just remember talking to him one time. I think he was telling me, he was like, I ran into you, and I was like, yeah, and he was like, I hate that shit. And you know, he was getting into fighting games. We were teaching him stuff. You know, he went and played with everybody, and it was like a round of training. It was legit like, okay, you're going to play with Brad over here, and you're going to learn how to step because Brad's character does a lot of verticals. You're going to go over here with Steven, you're going to learn this, you know. And each day he got on, whoever was online, he played against, like, not religiously, but repetitiously, and he'd pick stuff up, you know. But I'll be honest, I don't think he's actually beat Brad, Steven, or myself. And so I just remember that it was so cute. That's the way I could put it. He played against somebody in a lobby in a group against another group of people, and he smoked them. And he was so excited because he plays us and loses like almost 100% of the time. And he was just like Jones, like you wouldn't believe. What was that weird camera angle? Okay. Anywho, so, you know, so I felt like we contributed to it. I played him a lot. And I know he don't like me. Everybody in the group pretty much didn't like me except for the people that got to know me, which was, in fact, Brad, Steven, and Ant-Man, who I still play with. Been a while. I haven't really played with him in actually, like, God, it might be 6 months to a year. I don't know. Something ridiculous. It feels like it's been a while. And we just recently started. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hate that I have to use this footage just because I'm not going to, like, retalk all of this. Simply due to the fact that I just don't want to. Anywho, it's more of me ranting and you getting to see me get my ass whipped, but some footage anyway. You know, ultimately what went down would be that the guys went over to PC, and at the time I just did not have shit. Well, that was rude to shoot my teammate. I just didn't have the money or the time to really get a decent PC, and I really wanted my wife to get a decent PC, so I more or less pushed for her to get one, which was expensive, and that's that. That dude just got sniped, I'm pretty sure. No, you don't get to get up. That's unfortunate. So they went to PC, and around SoCal 5 and 6, I basically lost touch. We played and got in groups and talked for Mortal Kombat purposes and whatnot. But I don't know if they even get on. I know Gumby gets on Xbox to do something. Fuck all if I know what. But I think Brad's PC. I haven't talked to them. They run their own dojo and stuff. They feel like they got their shit together. Oh, come on, man. Let me shoot your friend. Gah, SMGs. Yeah, that's about it. We played Mortal Kombat. We hung out. Seth recently hung out with Seth. Not recently, sorry, that's a lie. That's when I say recent, I'm talking about months back. When Mortal Kombat 11 came out, you know, we hung out, got together again, did some stuff and whatnot. That's pretty much it. I really haven't talked to them in like a super long time. I don't know if they get on or what they do, to be honest. Just recently, I was playing with Ant-Man on Sea of Thieves. We had a good haul. We did really good. Blah, blah, blah. Splaze, splaze. I didn't record shit, though. I just didn't. I was tired at the time. Didn't want to. But, you know, no matter... You know what they say? No matter what, when you... Did you really live with 1 HP? And I'm not going to get that either. You know, true friends, no matter what, you always pick it up. It's no biggie. Oof, that's rough. Brad did try to get me to get into a Discord, and I don't really know how that works. Like, I just chose to not really work technology like an old person, to be frank. I just chose not to. I don't know how Discord works to a degree. I'm old as shit, man. Skype and all that jazz. That's just how it is. But I wanted to get on here, wanted to make content, wanted to just kind of rant about that. I was feeling nostalgic, thinking about the good old days. Even me and Ant-Man have talked about it. It's like, man, remember the good old days when we run shop? You know, we just play SoCal. It's just us in a lobby. We were just hanging out, chewing the shit. You know, and we did that a lot. We used to play Call of Duty together. I remember talking to Brad one time, and I don't even remember what the discussion was about. I just remember talking to him, and he was telling me about how he moves through the map, and I'm like, what? You know, I was like, so you camp? He goes, no, no, no. But then he tells me that he just sits there. Oh, not sits. He crouch walks while ADSing the whole time. I'm like, yeah, that's not camping. But at the time, I 100% told him, was like, that's bullshit. I was like, that's not the way to do it. But you know what? Later in life, you realize you can do whatever the fuck you want. Works for me. Get some dome shots. Anywho, so yeah, that's for you. I just want to talk about a little bit like that, you know. Got my start pretty much online life. Sorry. I know I should be talking, just focusing. I had an Xbox for a really long time before I actually got live, and the very first thing I got live for was Soul Calibur 4. Made friends. My tag used to be J Mims, and all this shit was so squished together, you really couldn't see anything for what it really was. So a lot of people called me Jim or Jimez, and it was quite hilarious. You know, eventually I changed my tag, of course. Probably should do Stalker.
Super.
Oh man, it was just so much fun. It was exhilarating. And I got clapped. I'm not afraid to admit that. I got clapped. My goodness. I'm trying to rub my face. Nose ditched and things, man. I got smacked around. I didn't understand the mechanics of the game. I went in knowing like maybe a few combos here and there. Nothing too serious, right? And then lo and behold, I played a Cervantes and I didn't know what stuns were. He stun locked my ass out hard, and then he would. Then everybody was, you know, but he didn't want to teach things, so that was the problem. It was your typical guy that knew more than the average noob, and rather than be helpful or anything of the sort, he was just abusing his power. You know, he was just beating up on noobs that didn't know any better. Oh, well, hooray for levitation. You know, so eventually, we ran. Like I said, we ran. Oh no. Oof. You know, we learned things together. We figured out stuff. We figured out frames and all that. What's punishable, what isn't. The whole kit and caboodle. The lag, man, really saved that dude. But yeah. And then I couldn't help it. I have to say I wanted to talk about how I make a video about people IRL not following me or even just watch. I didn't even ask them to follow or nothing. I mean, I would have been happy if you just viewed the damn video. But nobody did. And then literally the next day, my wife's like, oh, hey, so-and-so asked for your YouTube. Oh, hey, so and so watched a video. Oh, hey, so and so subscribed. So and so subscribed. So and so subscribed. Oh, hey, they asked what? How do you spell this? And I was just like, fuck, that figures. I make a video basically giving the business in a sense. Nothing mean or nothing per se, in my opinion. At least I felt it wasn't. Wow, good dodge. That's weird. We get the... Nope. I think the lag is really helping me out here, but man, we cheesed that. Fucking barbed wire. Nice. So yeah, I just want to bring that up, you know. Just couldn't help but think about the good old days and whatnot.
Enemy needs 1 kill until victory.
Never been good. When SoCal 6 came out, I did trash. Wasn't very good at it. Oh. Man, I thought I was doing good. Maybe I didn't. So yeah, I know I just ranted about really random shit, repeating myself and whatnot. It was good just to talk about it and whatnot. Excuse me. But I actually looked on the leaderboards one time and saw Gumby at the top. I think he was A rank, S rank, whatever it was for Xianghua. Brad was battling this dude for first place on the leaderboards with I don't know the guy's name. I asked him about it one time, and he's like, "Yeah, I beat that dude all the time, but he plays more than I do, so he's always just ahead of me." I was like, "Well, that sucks," and I think Brad had a YouTube channel for a while. I don't know if he still does or not. I never really thought about it till right now, in fact, because I remember seeing I think a video of him fighting said person in question. I wanted to see how good I did while I was just ranting. 23-9, that's pretty good. Lag wasn't too bad. I know it's on my end a little bit. The stutters were just because, you know, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate. I'm gonna pretty much call it here. Thanks for listening. I appreciate everybody just hearing me rant or talk or reminisce like I'm old and I'm on a porch dying or some shit. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, hit the bell, subscribe. Content does get better than just reminiscing about the good olden days. Throw anything in the comments. A hi, a hello, how are you? I'll even accept a nice fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You can be mean as you want. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Comments are fine with me. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and peace.